Hi there, and today I want to talk about something which is an integral part of having a healthy relationship with yourself, and it is about being able to draw the boundary or draw the line, or being able to draw the boundary such that you communicate to other people that this is a line that I've drawn for myself and you cannot cross over it, right? I am not, it's not okay with me for you to cross into my space and invade in my space and overpower me. And how it is related to, how it is, let me first talk about how it is related to the kind of relationship that you have with your own self. Because oftentimes what happens is, if my relationship with myself is unhealthy, which means that somewhere I have certain beliefs which are against me, which are quite negative, which does not make me feel good or confident about my own self. Like, if I have certain beliefs that I'm not good enough, I'm not valuable enough, people don't think good of me, I don't deserve so much respect, people don't respect me. Why? Because deep down I have a belief, I have a thought that I'm not worthy enough, I'm not good enough. Okay, so if I share such a relationship with my own self, if my thoughts about my own self is such, it is going to reflect in my actions. How? In my actions or in my behavior. How? when it comes to when it comes to my energy dynamic with other people in my life, like in this life we are always going to be around people, right? And when we are with people, there's always a dance of energy that happens. मतलब कि जैसे कि whenever we come across some people or we are interacting with somebody, there is always this dance of energy कि किसकी एनर्जी ज़्यादा डोमिनेंट है, like डोमिनेंट है. तो उस केस में क्या होता है, बिकॉज वी हैव अ पुअर सेल्फ इमेज, अ पुअर सेल्फ कॉन्सेप्ट, वेयर मेरे इमेज में मैं ही आई एम द पुअर पर्सन, person who does not deserve respect. So these things are not communicated like verbally. This is how I am, this is the space that this is how I see myself, this is my value in my eyes, in my own view. These things get communicated through energy. So the other person, so when we come across certain people, those people, they sense it. Okay, so they sense that okay, this person is not valuable enough, they have no self-worth, which means then it allows them to dominate over us. It gives them the permission to overpower us, to invade my space, to disrespect me, to not respect my boundary, to not respect the person that I am. Okay, so now so this is what happens. So this is how it's related to the kind of relationship that you have. But today what we are going to focus on more is this thing where we are not able to draw the line, where we are not able to communicate to the person, or where we are not able to take up our space to respect ourselves and to take stand for ourselves, or to let the other person know that this is the line that I've drawn and you cannot cross over it. And I've also made a very in-depth video on this topic where I've explained it with the diagram and all the stuff. Very beautiful video, very in-depth. Like, I've spoken on the same thing in that video also, but I felt like I wanted to speak more about this topic, so that is why I'm recording this video. You can always go and check out that video, it's already uploaded. I will put the link in the description or in the comment. So first thing, so today I don't just want to talk about what happens within us, or from our point of view, but I also want to talk about the other person's perspective, how they start to see us, how they start to feel us, and what makes them feel that they can come into my space, they can disrespect me, and they can consider me weak. So what usually happens is that when we are this person, and when we do come across certain people who try to invade our space, or we can sense that this person, they do not exactly behave with me the way they behave with other people, most of the people, because somewhere I think they mistreat me, they somewhere think that they can get away with it. So when we sense it, because you're always able to sense what people think about you and the way they treat us, what's actually beneath them. So what happens is, most of the times we hold back thinking that okay, it will be unnecessary, I don't usually have to like confront the person, or stop the thing when the thing is happening, or pick it up, or talk about this thing. I mean, I don't have to really confront this person, let it be, because I think that it will be rude, it will be unnecessary, it will create a scene, I will be in the focus, I will have to like maybe a drama gets created, the other person argues, and I will have to get into an argument. All of this will be unnecessary and futile, and फालतू में rude हो जाऊंगा, and all of those things. So this is the space we come from. We think this way, and hence we think that okay, by not speaking up, by not drawing the line, by not making this person pause and letting them know that what, you're crossing the line and this is not okay with me. Now I'm just saying it this way, but when we are in that scene, it is not these words that we speak, but rather it is about pausing that person, picking up what they said, and then really asking them, confronting them with it, like what did they mean when they said that. So what happens is, we think that by not confronting that person, by not stopping them there, by letting them get away with it, we are maintaining peace, we are protecting our energy, we are, doing it for our sake. Okay, I don't care about them, people, I mean, they're harming themselves, it doesn't affect me, all I care about is me, myself, I'm protecting my energy by doing that. But that's not the complete truth, because every time you let the other person get away with it, they again form a belief that, it's okay for me to do this, I can do it. And one thing that happens is that the other person starts to think that they can invade my space even more. So what will happen is, eventually they would disrespect you even more, they would treat you even more poorly, they will try to invade your space even more, cross the boundary even more. And hence, I mean, the thing is that, this person is not going to stop if you do not actually stop them. So this is the thing. So हमें लगता है कि, I'm doing good, I'm actually maintaining peace, I'm actually, helping the things, I'm taking care of myself, I'm protecting my energy when I'm not speaking up, or when I'm not confronting that person. Okay, but actually what happens is, I'm not helping myself, because in a way it is giving that other person the permission to actually go deeper with it, to actually do more of it, to actually disrespect me more. So now let's talk about why this person does it, or what allows them to do it. Now, talking of that, the way anyone behaves with us, nobody starts to behave with us a certain way, or especially a way that we do not like, that we do not want from other people. uh, People start to behave with us or treat us a certain way. They never do it all of a sudden, right? First they measure you, they measure, or they try to make sense of that. Okay, uh, like, what is this person, do they have a boundary, will they speak up if I cross the boundary? And how they find it out, they make sense of it very subconsciously. How? By looking at you, by observing you, by seeing, by first doing it in a very little, like in a very I would say, पहले बहुत ही छोटे तरीके से वो लोग उसको एक्सपेरिमेंट करेंगे, दैट ओके, लेट मी ट्राई टू इन्वेड देयर स्पेस अ लिटिल बिट, लेट मी ट्राई टू डिसरिस्पेक्ट देम अ लिटिल बिट, let me try to invade their space, like in a very little sense, and let me see how their behavior is. So first they do it, right? First they always test a person, that can I really mess with this person. So वो जब पहली बार करते हैं, ठीक है, and it is not happening very strategically, methodically, like without using a method. It happens very subconsciously, हो ही जाता है. मतलब that is how all of us operate. We always try to gauge, मतलब we always try to measure the other person's energy, that what space do they come from, कि उनका boundary है कि नहीं. You always notice, right? People create their own image, people create their own definition of themselves, that what, you can never mess with this person, ये you can get away with anything with them. So वो लोग क्या करते हैं, the मतलब first they measure it by by doing it in a very little, in a very I mean in a very little intensity. पहले वो करके देखते हैं, and then for the first, because वो बहुत छोटे ही measure में हुआ, छोटी intensity होती है, we let the person get away with it, right? Because we want to protect our energy, we want to maintain peace, ठीक है. And but at the same time it feels hard for me to really speak for myself, or to really take the stand. It feels unnecessary, I would use the word. तो now when it happens for मतलब जब वो करके निकल जाता है, जब उसको इंसान को लगता है कि यार I could get away with this, वो स्ट्रेच करना स्टार्ट करता है, that the next time this person would do something, even like something that is greater than the previous one that they did. ऐसे करते करते ना वो स्ट्रेच होता रहेगा until we draw the boundary, we draw the line. So now next come to the point of that, what does drawing the boundary or drawing the line means? It simply means that up until हम लोग एक इंसान बने, right? Up until my image in that person's head is that this person would not say anything no matter what they do. कुछ अगर वो कुछ कहेंगे भी ना, तो it will not be that strong, I can actually get away with it. तो अभी तक मेरी ये identity है, and that is why that person feels safe enough to do it with me, to mess with me, because they have only known one identity of me. And the fact that this person exists in my life means that somewhere the kind of identity that I had, it led that person to stay in my energy. So So to actually change the outer scenario, to change how this person behaves with me, or to change this dynamic that this person is not able to disrespect me, and if they are that kind of person, I'm able to push them out of my life to the point where they feel scared of coming into my life and invading my boundary and messing up with me. So how does one do that? So first, for that, you need to understand that कि अभी तक the fact that this person exists in my life, for the fact that I have this certain situation in my life, it is coming from a particular identity of mine. मतलब एक मेरी particular identity है, और उस identity का base क्या है? The kind of relationship that I share with myself, how I see myself, how I think about myself. Because right now, when this is happening, somewhere I have a belief it will be unnecessary, confronting the other person, or having the argument, or letting the other person know that this thing that you said about me, it's not okay with me. Or what do you mean by that? Talking, taking a space for yourself, talking for your own self. So it feels very unnecessary, it feels hard, because somewhere we believe that I'm not worthy of that drama, I'm not worthy of that nuisance that will be created, I'm not worthy of the attention, और वो जो energy वहाँ सबकी लगेगी, वो जो drama create होगा. Somewhere I have a feel that it is unnecessary, it does not need to be. But please notice, when we are thinking all of this, when we are letting it get away with it, what are we actually accepting in return of that? We are accepting disrespect. We are actually also letting go of our self-worth. मतलब हम अपनी value, self-worth, we're actually selling it away when we are choosing peace, this kind of peace, which actually comes at the cost of my self-worth and value. So वो कहीं ना कहीं हमारी जो identity है ना, that इतना फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, let it be, क्या ही जाएगा. Because somewhere I think I come from that space that it's okay, people can mess with me. Somewhere there is this belief that it is okay with me for people to come and disrespect me and then go. Because somewhere maybe I believe that I'm not worthy of that much drama, that much confrontation that will happen if I speak up. So कहीं ना कहीं मैं अभी वो मेरी लाइफ में सिचुएशन है, अभी ये पर्सन अगर मेरे साथ ऐसे बिहेव कर रहा है, तो उसका कहीं ना कहीं रीज़न है दैट आई हैव दिस वन पर्टिकुलर काइंड ऑफ आइडेंटिटी वेयर the relationship that I share with myself, मतलब my self image, my self worth, my self concept, that is not healthy. मतलब कहीं ना कहीं मैं भी सोचती हूँ कि हाँ maybe I mean it's okay with me, I deserve that, it's okay with me. ठीक है, और ये बिल्कुल टॉप ऑफ द माइंड नहीं होगा, लॉजिकली नहीं होगा, लॉजिकली मुझे गुस्सा आएगा. But what is at the back of my mind? What is very constant? What is something that is non-negotiable? That is just the truth for me. That is just like a fact for me. This thing that it's okay. हो ही रहा, I mean ठीक है, it's okay. मतलब हमें लग रहा है कि बस थोड़ी देर के लिए चला जा रहा है. I mean we are, I mean for in our mind we don't consider it worthy enough. Like we don't think that I'm worthy enough or I deserve to be fought for, to be spoken for, to be to be to be somebody जिसके लिए stand लिया जाए. So now what needs to happen? How do I go from this space to a space where I'm able to draw the line, where I'm able to draw the boundary? So again, as I said, इसका core reason क्या है that ये exist कर रहा है? Identity. So the change that needs to happen is in my identity. So from this identity, I need to come at a place where my identity is different, where I genuinely believe that I deserve it. I deserve to be spoken for, to be protected for. मतलब I deserve कि मेरे अगर somebody is coming into my boundary, somebody is trying to disrespect me, somebody is trying to take up my space, to talk me down, I deserve to be spoken for. I deserve to मतलब कोई ड्रामा हो, मतलब कन्फ्रंटेशन हो, आई एम दैट पर्सन कि अगर कोई ये सब करके जा रहा है तो आई एम गोइंग टू स्टैंड अप, आई एम गोइंग टू स्पीक माई पॉइंट, आई एम गोइंग टू कन्फ्रंट दैट पर्सन. And I'll be honest, initially it will feel very fearful, very unnecessary, because that's how identity shift happens. Because अगर कोई इंसान ऐसा रहा है ज़िंदगी भर, आप उसे बोलो कि अचानक से वो ऐसा बन जाए, तो it will not be very easy. But at the same time you are seeing what is happening exactly. And when we are this person, when we play small, thinking that we are protecting peace, we are actually being kind to the other person, उसको unnecessary drama नहीं दे रहे हैं, that other person laughs at your back, because people respect you only as much as you respect yourself. So when you become a doormat, when you let people walk over you thinking you are protecting peace, that same person laughs at your back, because they think you are so weak, you are just not worthy enough that you take stand for your own self. So they also laugh at your back. They do not respect you when you're maintaining peace, when you're just keeping the silence. So when I say about shifting that identity from this to this identity, it's about becoming the person who is not going to tolerate what any other person comes and throws at them, who is going to speak up, who is going to draw the line and make it very clear to the other person that you cannot cross the boundary. And what's the thing with it? When you start to draw your boundary, when you start to make it very clear to the people that I respect myself and I'm not going to tolerate any person who is going to disrespect me, other people have to follow that rule. Either they will exit from your life because they are people who cannot respect you, or they will learn to respect you if they want to stay in your life. So that is what happens. And now let's talk about how do we make this shift. So one is to have this awareness that when we are being this person, we are helping no one. We think that I'm maintaining peace at cost of myself, but it's helping no one. Trust me, the person we are doing it, मतलब जो दूसरा person है यहाँ पे, जो person who we think we are maintaining peace with, that person laughs at you, right? So we are helping no one. So first you need to have awareness that okay, right now I'm here, and here the way I see myself or my relationship with myself, the way I think about myself is not very healthy, and that is why the other person feels safe enough, free enough to invade my space and disrespect me and go and get away with it. So for me to go from here to this point where I consider myself worthy enough, where even though I feel fearful in the beginning, I'm able to confront the person. और confront का मतलब ये नहीं कि बिल्कुल ही उनके लेवल पे चले आना है, बिल्कुल ही गुस्सा वाला नहीं. It's about taking the first step. It's about confronting. It's about not agreeing with that person. अगर कोई group setting है, and if up until now this person is used to of making fun of you and getting away with it, this time you do not let that person go. You stare at them. You literally stare at them, and you do not laugh it off. So if somebody is making a joke on you, you do not laugh it off. You let them know that this is not okay with me, or what did you say, certain things like this. So confrontation का मतलब ये नहीं कि आपकी आइडेंटिटी एकदम से चेंज जा रही है, आप एकदम से गुस्से वाले, एकदम लड़ाई वाले बन जा रहे हो. नहीं, it's about confronting the person. It's about letting the person know that this is not okay with me. And you know what will happen when you are in this dynamic of changing your identity? This other person will be, ये जो दूसरा इंसान होगा उससे बहुत ही गुस्सा आएगा. This person will be frustrated कि ये क्यों हो रहा है, because for them they're not used to of this identity. उनके लिए आप ये थे, तभी वो इतना ड्रामा कर पा रहे थे. So they will not be able to accept that suddenly you have become this person. So what will come from there is, oh, you're overreacting. That is not what I meant. They will try to get away with it again. They will try to make you feel that you are overreacting. आप गलत कर रहे हो, because they are just not okay with seeing you here. They are okay with the version of you who is meek, who is weak, who lets them get away with it. So they will try to they will try to manipulate you that you are overreacting, that you were not this way always. But you know what is our job in that scene? To persist in this identity, to stay in this identity, to let our behavior be the same. मतलब to keep reminding that person every time they try to get away with it that this is not okay with me, by always confronting them again and again until this person learns the lesson that this person has now changed and I can no longer mess with them. And this journey is not going to be, I will never say that it's going to be very easy, very बहुत ही प्यारी होगी, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Because standing up for yourself, realizing your self-worth, taking stand for your own self, drawing that boundary, drawing that line, when you have never done it, it is going to take up some strength. It is going to take up some inner work, some inner strength for you to persist in this identity, even when the other person tries to manipulate you. That you're just overreacting. आपकी गलती है ऐसे कहना. So in that case, what we do, we persist in this identity. We stay in this identity again and again. And initially it will take some strength. But with time people will learn their lesson. People will change their view about yourself. That okay, this person is not same anymore. They have changed. Now you cannot mess with them. Yeah, now I cannot get away with disrespecting them and talking down to them. So now they will learn their lesson. People will automatically, automatically rise to your level. And you will either lose touch with people who cannot respect you, or people have to come to the level where they respect you to be in your life. So things will change, and after the initial phase, it will stop feeling like it requires mental health to be there. In fact, you would start to feel proud of being there. It will start to feel easy, and it will start to feel so empowering to be in that space where you command that respect, where you only allow those people in who can respect you, where you're able to take up your space. So this is just what I wanted to talk about. I have talked about this same thing in depth in other video. I'll put the link in the description. You can go watch it. And if this is something that you are tolerating in your life right now and you really want to get out of it, or you just really want to do something about it, because see, we always have two options. First, we stay the way we are, we accept it, we make peace with it, or that it's all right, I'll just get away with it. I'm ready to do my life this way. Or second, that I don't want to be here all my life, so which means I want to do something about it to get out of it. So if you want to talk about this thing, if you want to do something about it, I welcome you to book a clarity call with me. So I'm a trained life coach, and I help people go from a place where they have an unhealthy relationship with themselves, where they're not able to respect themselves, where they just do not feel that they're worthy enough because they don't feel good in themselves, they don't feel comfortable being themselves, to a point where they love themselves, they understand themselves, they feel comfortable being themselves. So they do not depend on somebody else for their to feel worthy enough, to feel good enough. So I help people go from this space to this space through inner work, through coaching session. So you can book your first clarity call with me. My first clarity calls are free right now. All you have to do is just go and DM me session on my WhatsApp number, which I'll put in the description and comment. And yes, I'll see you there in the clarity call. All right, bye bye.